Hey y'all, it's your girl Barbie J here. Welcome to my channel, June BLC. What's up, everybody? It's your girl Barbie J here with the recap and review of Tyler Perry's comedy drama, Sisters, Season 8, Episode 20, Boss Lady. I don't care what nobody say. I still don't think Andy deserved that position. Bam! That's it. I said it. I'm done. Y'all can fight me if y'all want. But anyway, I'd also like to take this moment to congratulate the women of Sisters, y'all. They won their first ever Essie's Choice Award. So congratulations to them. Yay! And I think they're excited because they said I believe the fans voted for them to win this award. So it means a lot when it's the fans who chose them. But here's the other thing I don't like. There's only 4 of them. Where's our girl, Karen? Where is Ebony Osinian? How come she's missing? We see Novi, we see KJ, we see Crystal, and we see Mignon. But I don't see no Ebony. Now maybe that's because Ebony is somewhere else at the NAACP Awards winning 2 awards of her own. Yes, she did, y'all. Yes, she did. She won for Outstanding Supporting Actress and Outstanding Breakthrough Performance. You better go, Ebony. Whatever we calling her. But homegirl won 2 major awards. But not only that, because she was part of a cast. And the cast won Outstanding Motion Picture. So I guess that was an award for the director, producer. I don't know if it's for Tyler Perry, but he wasn't there. But they were up on stage, and I was so proud of her because, and I'm going to tell you why. Because she's played in a lot of other shows and movies. Y'all know that. And when she took on this role as Karen, we liked her at the beginning, but then they changed her character to be this little nasty son of a something. And some of these fans, some of y'all took it too far. Y'all getting mad at the actor or actress, whatever you want to call her, and not the character. I get mad at the character, but I know they're just playing a part. And y'all needed to know you're just playing a part. It took Duvall Ellis to get online and social media and tell y'all not to do that and stuff. You took it too far. But look at how great she is. She's doing her job. When she could piss you off that badly, that means she's doing her job. Now here she is in a major role and she's winning these awards. There's only up for her from there. These movie executives, they're going to see her and they're going to want to start casting her in other things. And she may have to leave Sisters. She may get too big for it. Who knows? You never know. But for those of you who kept giving her a hard way to go and still probably doing it, all she going to do is take those 2 image awards and put them in your face. Ha ha. So anyway, before we get started, please do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share to this channel. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, write a comment, and share the video. Thank you. So this episode starts off with Andy. She walks into the conference room with the partners and the board of directors, and they stand up and they're clapping. It's a month later. A month later it is. Come on. And she's officially, the managing partner at Benson Jones and Leland. And so Fatima's acting over the top excited, if y'all ask me. She behind Robin, clapping and stuff all over his head, as if he did something so bad. He was just looking out for his company. I don't know about everybody else is thinking that, but that was it. And so they finished the meeting. And then Hayden comes into the conference room and congratulates Andy. And Fatima is like acting real funny towards him. You okay? You sure you don't need something on that? I could always call my cousin. It's a month later. She had already 30 days to mess with Hayden like that. Why is she messing with him now? I tell you, these writers are crazy. They don't know what they're writing. And why is the bruise still showing so much after 30 days? Somebody put it down in the comment section because I'm like totally lost on this one. So then he leaves out, and Robin starts to talk to Andy, and Fatima's like, keep it cute. First of all, that's his company. What are you talking about, keep it cute? Why does she think she get to talk to the boss like that? I'll be in my office with my bat. And she's like, Fatima. I was like, what? It's still unprofessional. I don't get it. Why does she think she could talk to him like that? It's not making any sense. Sorry, y'all. But anyway, now we have Sabrina and Damani. They're coming back from their business trip in Turks and Caicos, and they run into Tony, who is very rude. And when Sabrina introduces him and say, "Oh, this is my colleague Damani," he said, "Oh, Damani, I know that name. You're the bank publicist who was so eager to give away your sperm." He's like, "What did you say to me?" See, Damani was ready to throw hands. He was really ready. But Tony was out of pocket wrong. He was all the way wrong. Why would you say that? Talking about he just trying to look out for your boy. Your boy is a big boy. Okay, and it's not your place to be saying anything to this man. That man didn't do anything to y'all. So, and then Sabrina's like, oh, that's okay. Like she gonna take care of it. You need to point that finger at you because of what you did to Danny and all that. And you girls and your sister circle, he going all in. I was like, Sabrina, you should have just walked away from him because you don't know how to come back at him. And the fact that he thinks he has the right to say something to you means he's immature and he's very unprofessional. You're at work. And what you don't do is talk to the passengers in that airport at your airline like that. She could have him written up. Somebody tell me, isn't it possible that Sabrina could have Tony written up for verbally assaulting her and her friend as passengers of Higher Airline? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. So now we're over at the hair salon, and Karen doesn't want to get on social media with Pam for anything. She'd rather Pam be the brand ambassador in the face of the product and everything, and she stay in the background. But Pam, she wants Karen to use her story with the twins and two baby daddies to help them meet their sales goal. And Karen's like, oh, hell to the end to the O. We not doing that. And she walks away from Pam. So now we have Miss Marie Willis, who's still in that hotel room, and I want to know why. Don't she have a house? She a billionaire, right? Why she don't have an apartment somewhere? Anyway, she's on the phone complaining about her mimosa to the people downstairs when she gets a knock on the door, and it's Hudson. And she's like, what are you doing here? People shouldn't even know we know each other. Get your butt inside here. And he's like, I thought you took care of things with Judge Swinton. She said, I did. I took care of it right away. He said, well, he just granted Hayden's request to have my power of attorney rescinded. And she's like, what? And you could tell she's totally surprised by this information. So then it switches over to Zach. He's looking over his suspect board, and all of a sudden he realizes something, and he rushes to call Fatima, but she couldn't talk to him at that moment and basically hung up on him. He's like, Dad, so I was curious, and a lot of us are, what did he find out? Who does he think stabbed Gary? So then the scene switches back to Fatima. She goes out to the reception area to get Danny. And she comes in with this cute outfit on, and she says that she feels like a middle school principal going through a divorce with that outfit on. I said, oh, Lord. I could see the middle school principal, but why they got to be going through a divorce? But Fatima's like, girl, you crazy. You look good. And I was like, finally, she gets to wear other clothes than that doggone Higher Airline uniform. Her character really gets to dress up. So anyway, she's a bit nervous, and Fatima reminds her that Andy got her so she don't have to be worried. So they start walking towards the conference room when Tony calls her name, and she turns around, and he's entering the law firm with the HR lady and his attorney. And Danny looks at him, he's looking at her, and Fatima's like, you good, girl? She said, yeah. She said, come on, let's go. And they start walking. But meanwhile, while she's taking them to the conference room, Andy is still in the conference room with Robin. And Robin is telling her, like, it's time for him to return to the UK because there's nothing keeping him there in the United States since they got a new managing partner and they don't need his services anymore. And Andy is looking kind of strange, like, well, how soon is soon? And he tells her, and he's like, are you going to miss me? and she doesn't want to answer. She's like, "Oh, my clients are coming right now. I have to go. Can we talk about this later?" But Robin said, "This isn't over." He said, "I want to answer to my question." And he turns around, and Fatima and them are coming in. He said, "Are you going to miss me?" So they all heard him say that. And she's like, "I'm going to miss my meeting if you don't leave." She tried to do that. So they all come into the conference room and sit down, and Fatima goes back to her office. And come to find out, Andy and the other attorney, Dee Dee, happen to know each other. So they have their little quick hellos, and Dee Dee congratulates Andy and, the little small talk, and then they get on with it. And Dee Dee questions the fact that Andy is handling this case when it's not her specialty. She's in family law. And she said, "Yes, I understand, but our workplace discrimination specialist is out on maternity leave." So she said she's been made aware of the situation in totality and will be taking care of the mediation. So then Tony loudly tells his attorney that Andy is one of Danny's best friends and he believes that's a conflict of interest. And his attorney smiles and tells him it's only a mediation, so it has no bearing on these proceedings. So Andy is like, "Thank you, Mr. Royale, for bringing that up," or something like that. Like, she didn't care. And Danny's like, "Oh, this how we playing it. This how we playing it." But anyway, so Andy starts with my client, Daniela King, was wrongfully suspended without pay when Higher Airlines failed to create a safe, hostility-free, and inclusive work environment. And the HR lady goes, "That's not true. Danny was suspended with cause. She assaulted a fellow employee." And Danny told her, "That's Daniela to you or Miss King do." I said, "Oh, snaps." I was like, "You better tell him, Danny." And so she started to say, "I didn't assault him. All I did was hit his coffee or something like that." And Andy was like, "Don't say another word, Danny." And Dee Dee was like, "So you admit it?" She said, "My client admits nothing." Okay. So now we go back to Miss Marie in her hotel room with Hudson, and she is pissed to learn that Judge Swinton went back on his word. And she's also pissed at Hudson and herself for even doing business with him. And she said to him, "You told me that this stabbing would get you temporary control of Gary Border's assets and that you was going to sell them to me at a fire sale cost." And she said, "In exchange, I was going to get the FBI off your behind." And he's like, "I kept my end of the bargain." She said, "I ain't got none of Gary's assets." So, no, you didn't. So she told him to get out. He said, "But you got to help me, Miss Marie. You can't. You owe me for all I did for you." And she was like, "I don't owe you nothing. And I don't have to do anything for you. The only thing I have to do is be beautiful, black, and die." I said, "Tell him, Miss Marie. Tell him." But my question to you guys in the comment section, it's been a month. Gary just now leaving the hospital. How come Hudson hasn't gotten access to his assets all this time? And I know why, because he's too busy watching Andy instead of watching Hayden and Tamara and Penelope and Jordan. So now we see Sabrina, she's getting home, and Damani was a gentleman to make sure she got to her apartment safely. And you could see that this little eye contact going on. He really likes her. I think he wants to take her out or something like that. She offered if he wanted to come in, but he said no, because he knew he would probably want a little bit more than just sitting there talking to her. So he leaves. So now we're at the hospital. Hayden has gone to get Gary, who's getting discharged, and he gives Gary the good news about Judge Swinton rescinding Hudson's power of attorney. And Gary's like, "That is good news. How'd you do it?" He said, "Well, let's just say I forced his hand." He said, "How? Don't keep me waiting." And he told him he may or may not have used the firm's private investigator to find incriminating photos of Judge Swinton's grandson in a sex club. And Gary is laughing. So then he sits down in the wheelchair and Hayden rolls him out. So now we're at the precinct and Penelope is talking to Jordan. He's behind bars and I'm like, how did she get to go back there? Don't you have to be an attorney or something to go back there? Or don't they meet you in a room to talk or something like that? I don't know. But anyway, she asked him, did the public defender come yet? And he said no. And then she tells him that the judge denied bail because of his connection with the DNC and they think he's a flight risk. And he's like, how did my life get like this? I should have never went to that hospital. I don't know what I was doing. And she's like, Jordan, don't say that. This is not your fault. It's not your fault. Heck, yeah, it's his fault. It's his fault and it's your fault because he went there because he was defending his sister. And had his sister listened to Andy and packed a bag and got far away from Gary like she told her to do, none of this would be happening. She wouldn't have lost her baby. He wouldn't have been able to kill her. She would have been far away. Jordan wouldn't be in this situation he's in because he was trying to get revenge for her. So it's her fault. I don't know why she still keeps thinking it's Andy and Gary working together and how they going to get theirs once you get out of jail. And I'm like, girlfriend, you are delusional. But now somebody tell me, where are Jordan's boys at? Why haven't they gotten him an attorney and put their money together and looked out for him? They do all this big talk talking about they trying to protect their boy, but where they at? So now we see Fatima. She's calling Zach back to talk to him. She's letting him know how busy it is over there and at the office and everything about Andy and Danny that's going on. And he's telling her that he cracked the case. He knows who did it. And she said, well, it might not matter now because they've already arrested Jordan for it. And he's like, Dad, tried to kill him twice. So Zach acted silly. But she's like, you might as well just throw the board away. And he was like, yeah, I guess so. But I'll be honest, I really wanted to know who he thought did it. Didn't y'all want to know? Put it down in the comment section. We all wanted to know. But he went upstairs and that was that. So now we have Sabrina showing up to the juice bar to see Rich. I don't know why I feel like she's always chasing behind this man. But I can't even talk about the scene because he was mad disrespectful and rude to her. And she's always trying to be nice and kind. And I'm like, he don't deserve you. Stop chasing behind that man. Stop trying to be the bigger person and all of that stuff. Because even when she got upset and was about to leave, he ignored her and told the next person to come in line and said, oh, that's a beautiful dress on you. He's trying to flirt with somebody, a customer. And Sabrina went over there and slapped the money down and said, I'll pay for that. And walked out. I was like, I wouldn't have paid for Jack for nobody. And especially when he called himself checking to see if she's lying when he asked her when did she get back. And she said this morning, I can't believe your boy Tony didn't tell you. He said, yeah, he told me. I just want to make sure y'all stories lined up. She's like, really? And I was like, really? So now we see Miss Marie on the phone talking to somebody. It sounded like she said Jeffrey. And she's telling him to transfer 500,000 to 3 offshore accounts. I'm like, is she doing something illegal? What is happening, y'all? Somebody put it down in the comment section if they know what she's doing. But anyway, then she decides to call Karen to check on how business is going. But first, she asks about the babies and reminds Karen for her not to get into any relationship out of fear of being alone. And then she reminds Karen that Miss Marie is about business first. And if it doesn't make dollars and cents, then she doesn't want to be a part of it. So anything worth having is worth working for. And so she was giving, Karen some more information. Karen got off that phone and was like, okay, Pam, where's my close-up? She ready to get on social media now and stuff. And they practicing what she gonna say because she knows she got to hustle now to get that money, else Marie is out. But now somebody tell me, it's a month later. Why is Karen's pregnant belly looking smaller? I mean, wasn't she like 7 months at the baby shower? She has to be at least 8 months. And we know that when people have twins or triplets or whatever, they don't go full term. So somebody tell me what's going on with her belly, especially when it was a month ago when she had premature labor pains. What did I call him? Taylor Hicks. Not Braxton Hicks, Taylor Hicks. And so now the episode ends with Andy still in the conference room with everybody, and she's doing her thing. And she's pulling all the punches. She brought out Leonard's information. She brought out Tony's information, Mr. Royale, and what he did and how, because of what he did, made her client a target. Her client never had a problem with Leonard until this whole leadership program thing came about. And without me having to give any more details, let's just say at the end, Andy said, I hope it's clear to everybody here that my client is actually the victim. And the other attorney was like, excuse me? She said, yes, my client is not only the victim of one patriarchal and misogynistic man, but two. And the looks on the HR lady and the attorney's faces was like, uh-oh, we in trouble now. And even Tony was staring at Danny like, And I said, good. this is what they get. They gonna owe Danny some money, and I'm glad. And I really don't want Danny to go back to the airport. I want her to get a different job where she could wear a different outfits every day, and not that daggone airline uniform. I get tired of seeing her in that. Anyway, that's the way the episode ended. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about it. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And I will see you all in the next video. It's your girl Barbie J saying peace.